We have breaking news. Breaking news. This has been a very busy evening, but we have breaking news that a nuclear detonation has probably taken place in North Korea underground. It has caused a 5.1 earthquake. The earthquake's epicenter is at approximately at the test site where North Korea's Kim Jong-un would be potentially testing nuclear capabilities. Now, according to the report, the website out of China, the China Earthquake Network, has described this as a suspicious explosion. The U.S. Geological Survey put the tremor, the earthquake, at a magnitude 5.1, its depth 10 kilometers, with the epicenter 19 kilometers east-northeast of one of their towns called Sung-Ibegim, placing it right next to their nuclear test site. The North has conducted 3 nuclear tests, all of them at the same location, in 2006, 2009, and 2013. The South Korean Defense Ministry says it was looking into the reports, and so we've convened this as an emergency meeting. Further analysis is necessary to determine whether it is an artificial earthquake or nuclear detonation, or is this a natural earthquake? According to the spokesman for the Korea Meteorological Administration, it took place not long ago. Now, back in 2013, in February of 2013, there was a nuclear test that took place in the same area. It also triggered a 5.1 earthquake. Once again, I repeat, it is a very highly suspicious explosion, but according to China's government, and also South Korea is highly suspecting that what has just happened in North Korea is that Kim Jong-un and his regime has just detonated a nuclear warhead underground, causing a 5.1 magnitude earthquake there in North Korea. We will continue to keep a close eye on this. It's the last thing we need in such a volatile world. Are you serious? What is this guy doing? I told you guys, Kim Jong-un, I've told you guys, the little dictator, he used to play in the basement when his daddy was running the country with his video games. Now he plays with the green buttons in North Korea. And this time he's playing with the real nukes. This is not good. This is not good. I repeat, this is not a good thing. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. Would you please pray? Because you know, we have in South Korea, the United States has a military base there with about 22,000 U.S. soldiers. And I ask for prayer for our men and women in uniform on the continent of Korea. Also, would you please pray for the people of South Korea who have to be neighbors to this madman? And also, please pray for the innocent, and I mean innocent, civilians being actually held hostage in a prison state, a prison planet, if you will, for sure. The citizens of North Korea who have to live under this tyranny for the third generation now, Kim Jong-un. Again, earthquake, 5.1, North Korea, at the exact location of the test site for nuclear warheads. And it looks as if Kim Jong-un has detonated a nuclear warhead underground, causing a 5.1 earthquake. This is the last thing we need, with contaminated water in Flint, Michigan, and U.S. soldiers pinned down, helicopter down, and being shot at by the Taliban in Afghanistan. We don't need anything else. Are you serious? Please pray. We're running out of time, folks. We're living in the last days. I'm telling you. It's getting very serious. Are you saved? Jesus is the way. All right, guys, we have breaking news coming out of Seoul, South Korea. According to Reuters, North Korea said on Sunday that it has developed a more advanced nuclear weapon that has great destructive power. And they've even taken pictures of their leader, the little dictator, Kim Jong-un, inspecting this hydrogen bomb that will be loaded on a new intercontinental ballistic missile. Now, the report by North Korea's official KCNA news agency comes amid heightened regional tension following North Korea's test launch of 2 intercontinental ballistic class missiles in July that potentially had a range of about 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles. That could hit any part of mainland United States. Now, under their leader, Kim Jong-un, North Korea has pursued work on building nuclear weapons and long-range ballistic missiles with the help of the Chinese and the Iranians, at least those 2 nations, if not the Russians, but certainly China and Iran. They've been working on these long-range ballistic missiles, and they can deliver them at an unprecedented pace, defying UN sanctions and international pressure. Now, experts and officials have said that North Korea could conduct its 6th nuclear test at any time, and that the reclusive country has maintained a readiness at its nuclear test site to conduct another detonation test at any time. Matter of fact, the hydrogen bomb power is adjustable to hundreds of kilotons and can be detonated at high altitudes. With its ability, they've put in it components allowing the country to build as many nuclear weapons as it wants. And Kim Jong-un visited the country's Nuclear Weapons Institute and watched a hydrogen bomb to be loaded into the new ICBM missile. And all components of the hydrogen bomb were homemade, and all the processes. So they did it all in-house. They can build their own bombs. Somebody's supplying them with all the components, but they can do it. Now, the question is going to be, what's going on here? I'm just going to say this. I feel that China is baiting the United States. They're using North Korea. Somebody's got the EMP technology and crippled the USS Fitzgerald and then rammed it, killing 7 of our sailors. And then used the EMP to cripple the USS John McCain and then rammed it, killing 10 more of our sailors. Now, we've got Black Hawk helicopters falling out of the sky everywhere. And we had 4 ships that had the ability to shoot down one of these intercontinental ballistic missiles. Now we only have 2 because Fitzgerald and the John McCain is sidelined. So now we only have 2 left. It's as if China and then North Korea fired that missile over top of Japan and nobody shot it down. Nobody shot it down. It went 1,677 miles. Folks, they're baiting us. Now they're showing us this bomb. I put it in the thumbnail. They can load the payload onto a new missile. The missile's already been launched and proven it will go. So look, I mean, say what you want to. I mean, they can't beat us in a nuclear war unless China has gotten to the point that they can cripple by using EMP attacks our military. I don't think so, but I'm starting to wonder, what is the motive here? What's the motive here? China's behind it. China's behind it. China's behind it. Now, I wrote a book called Mark of the Beast, RFID. And in this book, which it's a novel, but it was based on current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy, and with an end-time apocalyptic scenario. And in the book, I wrote, because I felt led of the Lord, I truly felt led of the Lord, that it would be Chinese soldiers that would be sent in and would be the ones that would monitor the United States, enforcing the law of the New World Order. of the Antichrist, that they would use Chinese soldiers. Okay? So every time I see how they're buying up all the land, buying up all our meat, building these islands out in the Pacific, Obama just sat there and did nothing, and let our military, especially our Navy ships, did not retrofit any of them for 8 years. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, then we have the Arab Spring and the chaos and Israel surrounded. There's just so many things. And President Trump is trying his best, but man, you just can't turn the Titanic around on a dime. There's so many snakes in the water, and there's so many gators in the swamp, and there's so many, the deep state is what I'm trying to tell you. They're so locked into Washington. Oh my, this global elitist, the new world order, the biblical beast in the Bible, the seven-headed monster with 10 horns and crowns in the name of blasphemy on their heads, speaking lies. And then the media. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Pray one for another. Pray for our men and women in uniform who are on the front lines. And guys, I'm not just speaking about this and the U.S. This affects all of Europe. This affects the free world, is what I'm trying to say. It affects us all. Are you saved? Now look, the Lord hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but love and power and a sound mind. And the body of Christ is not afraid. Not afraid. We're not afraid. Those of us that are capable to understand biblical prophecy and are willing to even read it, we don't walk around in fear. We're not the children of the night, but the children of the light. Okay? Now, we are meek, but we're not weak. And so Jesus told us to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. So we are watching what's going on. I'm a watchman. Some say I'm the original watchman, when I'm the first one that ever came on YouTube to started talking about current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy and pulling people together. Now others have joined. But I can tell you, as a watchman sitting on the wall, I can see a sword coming, and I must warn you. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're in the last days.